guys, how are ya? Well, we've got some big news.
Well, we've been humming and hawing. Obviously, we've finished our big trip and we've got to start, I don't know, going back to work. I've just managed to get full-time work. Nick's still full-time sitting at home watching TV.
Eating?
Chocolate.
Donuts.
So we put it out there just to see. We put our van up for sale just to see what was about, and someone's come and made an offer on it. So obviously pending pickup, which is tomorrow. So if this video goes out, it did sell. If it doesn't come out, well, it didn't sell.
And look, we're sad to see it go. It's been a great van, and we really loved it. Really liked the layout. So we were chatting last night, you know, obviously this is going, and we really love the camping lifestyle. We don't want to sort of just chuck it all in and do the 9 to 5 and, you know, not do much else. We still want to get out there and do some camping. So the decision making on what we're going to go to, because I've given Dave a budget of 30,000, and he's like, so you're going to the centre aisle of Aldi and buying a tent like for 30k? What are we going to get for that? So I'm like, we'll get something, it'll be fine. Yes, well, okay.
So the main thing is we want to go and do things like the Holland track. We'd like to do the Simpson Desert, Canning Stock Route, all those tight tracks which, when you're out and about and you're towing something this big, is using a lot of fuel. There is not a lot of fuel stations, so trying to carry enough fuel is going to be really hard.
You're going to scratch the hell out of the van, which, look, you know, you don't buy an off-road anything to worry about the scratches, but, you know, for resale value, as we found with this one, you know, people are like, oh, what about the scratches? Well, it's been used, you know. So we've just gone from caravan park to caravan park on the blacktop. So, you know, from that perspective, we're like, we want something a little bit more compact. You know, that obviously it's not going to get ruined. Obviously, we're not going to be doing this weekend after weekend, because obviously it's still costly with your fuel and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to be sort of, you know, at least once a month. Hopefully, it may be a bit more if we can do it, because we've got a lot of surrounds and we've been doing a bit of homework of where we can go down here. And there's a lot of places out here that you can sort of do a weekender, which is great. So we're thinking.
Hang on, before we look. Ideally, we need something more like a T-van size.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't, you know, with a T-van, if your car's going to go there, that'll follow easily. It's the same with blah, blah, blah. Nick won't lane it because she reckons she gets claustrophobic.
I don't like anything too close.
Then she says, oh...
It's me that's complaining about all of this. Dave's quite happy to go with whatever. It's me that's wanting to tick off, you know, we're going to have to I'm going to have to compromise. You know, we're obviously not going to be able to go with...
So, look, I'll show you what.
Toilet shower.
Look at the bed. See the bed like that? So, she doesn't want to have to be able to get on here and crawl up. So, we have to go an east-west bed so that she can lay with her head that side. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave her at home.
It might be way easier, less whinging. So look, there's going to be compromises.
There's got to be a lot. So, I'll let me go for a bit.
Okay, I'll let you go.
So she doesn't want to go with that. Then she says, what about a toilet? What about a shower? And I says, well, you're going to have to either have a portable shower and a portable potty toilet, or then we're getting in the situations where we are like now. The want list starts growing and you end up spending another $150,000.
And we're back to the size that we've got.
So we've looked at a few things.
Started off with looking at the Elros.
Yes, so the Elros in a hybrid van, they're 17 foot or 16 and a half foot, and it has it's about 300 mil narrow, so you can get an east-west bed, and that way Nick can just roll in and out from the side. I would sleep on the back because I don't go to the toilet every 5 minutes. Once I'm in bed, that's it. Then
old people's bladder.
then they only come with a combo shower and toilet. Then we're trying to work out how we can put in a separate one. And look, and then before you know it, you're up to 150 grand again.
Yeah, so we added it up. Scrap that.
Scrap that.
So this morning we woke up and we've looked at the MDCs.
Yeah, so we thought something small. So she didn't like the size of a T-van, but she didn't like that there was no headroom. So MDC's making a
Fort 9.
A Fort 9.
Forte, however you want to say it.
And it's got the east-west bed. It does come with a diesel heater. It does come with 200 amp hours of lithium. It's got outside kitchen, no shower, no toilet, but does have a hot water system
on the outside. So
whereas the T-van didn't have that. So then you would have had to go and buy it. And a T-van is expensive. Even a second-hand one that's 10 to 15 years old is still 35-40 grand.
So the Forte 9 was 35,000.
Yes.
Drive away.
Rear door. Not bad, but like I said.
This one, he'll probably bang his head 1,000 times because it's okay for me. I'll probably just be able to walk straight in.
Yeah, but you'll fall out of it, so that make up
too.
for that. So that was the option. So then we get in the argument, well, I want a shower and a toilet. I want it separate. Then it ends up being...
No, then we looked at the MDC.
Now, hang on. This is why we got to that.
How's the argument? This
has been arguing all bloody day. trying to please this one who's getting harder and harder.
I'm like, no, I don't even want to sell this van now because I have to compromise way too much.
Yeah. But we can't take this where our next lot of adventures are going. So this is where it's going to come into it. So the smallest, we looked at she didn't quite like the layout of the 9, so we looked at the 10, but it's an extra 5 grand, so it's 40 grand.
Still no
shower or toilet.
Yeah, yes. So you're paying an extra 5,000 for a different layout.
Yeah. So then,
which was slightly better. I think the layout was slightly better. You got a bit bigger chair area to sit in with my big fat bum, and there was a cupboard on the left which you could put like the coffee machine.
So it had a set out very similar to the size of what we got here now. Then we start looking, oh well, that one's got a combined shower and toilet, and it was a Stony Creek.
Yeah.
But I mean, even they're not cheap. They're
54
grand. Not bad. It's got an east-west bed. It comes with an L-shaped lounge and shower and toilet. The rest of the stuff's outside. Compromise. But Madam here don't want to spend 53 grand.
No, I want to be a tight ass, and I want to...
The whole reason you want to spend 53 grand, she didn't want to go back to work.
I don't want to spend 20 grand on a shower and toilet. So we're really at a crossroads now of where to go. So this week, pending Dave having not as much hours in work, we're probably going to go and actually have a good look around and see what's out there. We're not going to rush into it.
Says that, but we'll probably come home with one. Yeah,
more than likely. Because we love it. We love to go camping and we don't want to stop. So, at some point, this is what we had some friends that were recently talking about getting a caravan, and they had a set budget and didn't really want to increase that budget, which is
fine.
And everybody has a budget. I understand that, but
our budget is 20 grand. I mean, we're going to get
definitely going to Audi
or a canvas top. So that was the other option. We could have got a hard floor camper with a canvas fold over top, but then when you put it away wet, it's on top of your bed. Didn't want that.
No. So we're really struggling to find the right thing.
No, you're struggling.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
I'm happy, just whatever. As long as I don't have to sleep on the floor, I'm fine. Not that I can't, but I choose not to. So that's my only gripe. I want to lay in a bed.
Yeah. So I think the best thing we can do is probably go and physically look at these, because we even got the tape measure out and we were measuring with the L-Ross in comparison to this. And then, I'm like, I don't want to spend that much. So then we...
I don't want to spend that, but I want this, I want that.
So the wish list is, is definitely going to have to be a compromise. We don't know. So it's sad to see sad to see this van go, but excited to start
Go
a
and see
different
something
adventure.
different.
Yeah, like, you know, obviously what we're now going to be changing to is going to be a whole different.
And it's not like we're going to be in it for 5 months at a time.
No, it's
probably
just,
the most we might do is next year we might go up and do the Gib River Road. So you're away for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's probably the longest you're going to spend in it.
Yeah. So we're wanting to still get something to tie us over, so we can still get out there and do what we want to do and do a little bit of different type of camping and harder tracks, until we need to get back to a full-size van, which could be in a year or two, or who knows with us. You know, we're always chopping and changing. But yeah, we're excited to sort of start this different venture.
So that's the other reason we don't want to spend too much money, because obviously when we sell this, the price, the money from this will stay in the bank. So when we do want a new one, we've got, like, you know, 3/4 of the money sitting there. Yeah. So, you know, definitely the prices have increased immensely since we even bought this. So, you know, things are increasing. So, you know, we need to conserve as much as we can, and that's why I'm being really tight about our budget. So, and something that you sounds bad, but if you're not paying as much for it, if it doesn't matter as much, if you know what I mean. Like if you got $150,000 van and you get a big scratch down the side of it, well, you're not happy. But you've only got a $20,000 or $30,000 one, and it gets a scratch. Well, so what? It's like having my old SS Ute driving around. You know, you get dents in the car park from doors and trolleys and stuff. Hence why I take that to work and not the patrol. We leave the patrol in the shed. So same sort of thing. It's just. I don't know. So we'll leave this one here, and we'll probably do a little bit of filming as we're sort of like checking out each van, so you guys can also see what we're looking at and what's out there, what the prices are, and in comparison to what they've got on offer. So we just want something we can tow down the tracks without. Look, we all want to take more stuff than we need. Nick's looking at all these, but it's got no storage. I said, well, you're going for 3 days. What do you want to take? The kitchen sink, there's one outside. Girl's gonna look good. Like, you know. There's not much hiding spots in one of them. They're all open cupboards. You know, she's worried that someone's going to see in there and see all the back log of donuts that are hiding in the top shelf. But so we'll take you along, and we'll check out what's out there and value for money. Yep. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. All right. See you guys. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Well, good morning. It is actually morning. Early. 5 to 7. So today we're doing a little bit of homework. We're going off to Stony Creek first in Wangara, then to MDC in Great Eastern Highway Ascot, I think it is, and last one will be Swag in Canning Vale. So we'll see what they have on offer. If they're willing to, there's a few things that we want to do. We don't want to have any cooking inside whatsoever, and we'd like to have a composting toilet, diesel heater. So we'll see how flexible they are, and we'll let you know. Well, it might even be what we want. Yeah. It's just a thought. We want to try and do some more off-roading sort of caravanning camping, but it's got to be, well, we're looking at campers, so we'll just see. Yeah. I don't know if it's, we'll probably get there and Nick's going to go, nah. So we're just going to see if it's for us, and she might end up with a shovel and a roll of toilet paper. Could be. Okay, a little bit of an update. So during the week we went off to Stony Creek, MDC and Swag. Unfortunately we weren't able to video anything. Might be a different story if we actually buy one. Yeah, but we're up front and said that we will be looking at all three. They were happy to film first, and then when we said 13 in the Stony Creek.
Yeah.
I think value for money, they're not bad. You can tell they are cabinets and that are made in China. A little bit here and there, but you do get what you paid for.
Yeah. It had we sort of felt like if you could have combined, they had 3 there that were all different sizes, a little bit different configuration. If you could have probably.
So the 13 had separate shower and toilet, which was good.
Yep.
But it had a massive king size bed, which was overkill for us. You walk in the van and it looked like you were
all bed.
Yeah, it was just like 3/4 of the van was bed.
And if that had been maybe east-west.
Yeah, so the 11-foot one has east-west queen size bed,
which was way better.
Was really good, and it had a little sink and stuff inside, but the shower was combined with the toilet, and it was a really small combined shower and toilet. So I think if you could have
the other one that had the L-shaped lounge would have been good if you had chopped off the end of the lounge and you could have had a separate toilet and shower. Which you can't do. They don't alter anything.
Yeah, they won't alter. So I think the best one is probably the 13, because outside it was a lot better. You had a lot of storage outside.
Yeah.
They wouldn't take the kitchen out, but we want to do induction, so we would probably take that whole kitchen out and have where it sits is have use it as storage for a table and stuff like that, and then we could put what we need. Just a bench could come out of that. So we sort of looked at that and hummed and ahed to tick every box. So we've started looking at
MDC.
Australian. Yeah, well, we had a look at them, but they were not. The only thing we liked was the 9 plus, 14 9 plus, because it had a 270-degree awning.
Yeah, that was like the tiny little bubble one.
Which was good, but shower and toilet outside. Which
not ideal.
And you're still paying $35,000.
Yeah.
So
went on to swag. Not feeling it.
Didn't feel that one at all.
No.
So out of it so far, probably the
Stony Creek.
So then we come back, done a bit of homework, and we looked at the Australian off-road, the Quantum. It's a pop top, has a proper awning, not just a tent type one. So impossible to get one. I rang them up and they said it's what did they say? March. We have to wait till March, but not next year, the year after.
Christ, I could be dead by then. Anything could bloody happen, you know.
So we had a look around at some second-hand ones. That's why we're in the car now, because we're just coming back from Bunbury, and we had a look at one down there. Now I've never really been in one. It's not bad, but like everything, they do hold their value. So you know, you're still paying between 60 and 70 grand for something that's 13, 14 years old.
It's doable, but still not exactly what we're after.
So while we're driving back along the road here, one of those Kimberley caravans passed us. I was like, what about one of them? So we started looking to see if there's one for sale. There's actually one in Rockingham, according to the Mr. Google. So we're on our way to go and have a look at that, but we'll just wait and see. We're not making any decisions straight up.
Yeah, we're not rushing into it. It needs to be right. Still, you know, even though we're trying to, we're not going to get the 30 grand, that's for sure, with the budget, but we're still
might be a tent, a shovel and a roll of toilet paper for Nick.
Yeah, we're still sort of wanting to not spend a huge amount, like, you know, not up around 100,000 plus, because if we're going hybrid and going something a little smaller, we might not even like it, you know, so we don't want to be up there.
Yeah, but we did also go and have a look at Elros. Now, I really do like how they're done. I walked through the factory.
Nice finishes.
Really nice finish, nice fan. It comes with virtually, and that, like all the ones I've seen on YouTube. Sorry, I'm not looking because I'm above the bed. And
Which
he said, look,
quite deep.
Yeah, he said it's not structural, so if you don't want them, you don't have to put them in.
They're really flexible, weren't they, with everything?
Within reason. Like he said, you know, we can make it a queen bed east-west instead of a king north-south, which will give you a little bit more space, which could also leave a shower and a toilet separate. I said, well, I didn't like where they had their toilet. Can I take the sink out and shift the toilet? He said, yep, for sure. So they're really good, but again, I can't get one until March 25. Not bad price for what they are, because it's a full van and you would be around that 140, which was, I'm quite happy to pay something for like that, but
just don't want to wait that long. Like, we want to sort of still continue on doing what we're doing, so so we're sort of thinking that's why we're looking. We'll buy something cheap now in the meantime and then have a look at maybe ordering one of them, but we don't know, it's all up in the air, so it's just an exercise at the moment to see what's out there and go from there. So we'll let you know what happens on our decision. Yes. Alright. Wow, that's kind of thrown a bit of a curveball.
So we went to have a look at that Kimberley camper. Wasn't there.
That was supposed to be at Luxury RV, but was not there.
Wasn't there, so we well, actually we went to the one next door, and there's a camper, a composite camper. Looks really, really nice. I walked in it and Nick's going, how much? I said, just come and have a look. So she comes in and has a look, and her first words were,
get out, we can't afford it, get out.
So it's $139,000, but it's really nice. It's got everything we want, but yeah, it's like 100 grand over what we wanted to spend. So yeah, who knows? So, and I mean, all it's sort of proven is that for us is, yes, we still like the quality. That's the thing that's been the sticking point with us is, you
get what you pay for.
You do get what you pay for, and we understand that that one that we looked at today was second hand, and yes, the new one would be really nice, but it's a 18-month wait for one. So that's the drama we've got. So we're sort of like, what do we do? So we're going to go and do a bit of study on this one and see what they're like.
Yeah. So no decision still made. We're still procrastinating and still looking at different options. So
it is very light. It's a 15-foot airbag suspension,
composting toilet, outside kitchen.
Yeah, heaps and heaps of storage.
Yeah, so it sort of ticked a lot of boxes.
Well, it ticked all of them except for the bloody price tag.
Yeah.
But I suppose, you'd sell a lot more of them if they were, 100 grand or 120 grand. So
anyway,
we'll just have to wait and see. We'll go home now, do a bit of study,
and we'll throw this episode up for you guys anyway, just so you can see where we're at and what we're doing, and what we're doing our homework on. So like and subscribe, and we'll keep going with it all, which is probably good for you guys too that are looking at wanting to change or upgrade, downgrade. So anyway,
all right, no worries.
Lunchtime, see ya.
Bye.